Hi Aries, thanks for joining me. This is your horoscope for February 2017 and thank you for choosing to watch my forecast because I know you have a lot of choice out there. So it's really nice to be with you today. And the good news I've got for you in February is that on the 4th of February, Venus goes into your sign of Aries. Now, for a lot of the other signs of the zodiac, this is a challenging kind of placement. When Venus, the planet of love and beauty and creativity, goes into Aries, people become more focused on the self and having their own needs met, okay? In your case, it goes into Aries and it goes into your first house. So that kind of romantic, loving, creative energy is going to be far easier for you to channel than other signs at the moment. So Venus is going to have a long-term relationship with you this year. It goes retrograde in March until April, so it's back and forth through the signs, and it kind of touches on you in Aries all the way through until June, okay? So in terms of your personal sense of passion, in terms of your energy levels, in terms of your creative output, that is really, really going to be heightened during this whole period, and you will feel much more energized. At the same time, we've also got Mars in Aries. Mars is in Aries the whole month, and it's also in your first house. So if you take the archetypal male principle Mars and you create the archetypal, or you take the archetypal female principle Venus and you put them together, you get new things coming up. You get so much energy that there's new life in some way. And both of those are in your sign, in your first house, so you're really going to be feeling the energy very strongly, and really there's not very much that can oppose you or stand in your way or really cause you long-term problems. Now, on the 5th of February, Jupiter, the lucky planet, goes into retrograde, and it retrogrades until the 10th of June 2017. Now, Jupiter is growth and expansion, and it's an outer planet. So the retrogrades when it comes to the outer planets aren't as significant as the retrogrades when it happens with the personal planets. But still, with Jupiter, because in traditional astrology it used to rule Pisces, it's a really good time to reevaluate what your beliefs are, what you're putting your energy into, and what you're really working on. So it's a really nice combination. Combined with this Venus-Mars in Aries, you will have a lot of drive, but with Jupiter going retrograde, you're also more intelligent about what it is you're actually doing, working on, and putting your energy into. So there's very little room for error here. There's little room for you really making huge mistakes or kind of totally going down the wrong track. That is not really in the cards for you or in the astrology for you in February. On the 7th of Feb, Mercury goes into Aquarius. Mercury is the communication planet, and it goes into your 11th house. So friendships, communicating with colleagues, making your own hopes and dreams come true is something that's really going to come into your kind of inner world and become much clearer to decipher and identify. And you've got the Sun, the midheaven, and Mercury all sitting in your 11th house. So being a social person at this time is really important. Meeting new people, also on an intellectual, professional level, meeting people who could kind of mentor you, people who could encourage you to do more, to help more people, to reach a greater audience. That's all really, really supported by Mercury in Aquarius. And your ideas and your thoughts are going to flow much more freely. And remember, combine that with the other things going on, lots of energy, good decisions, and thoughts and ideas and inspiration flowing freely. On the 11th of February, we have a full moon in Leo, which is also a lunar eclipse. Now, there'll be a separate video on the new moons and the full moons. I'll always do those separately just to go into a lot more detail. But this full moon for you happens in your 5th house of romantic relationships, okay, in Leo. So it's a real time of passion and having fun and meeting new people and even meeting someone special and enjoying yourself. This eclipse, and an eclipse is always an interruption to that, and it lasts for about 6 months after the actual event. It's on the North Node, so it's about pulling energy in. The North Node is in Virgo, the full moon is in Leo. So again, we've got a really nice combination here for you, Aries, of passion and excitement and enthusiasm coupled with good decisions. So it's very unlikely that you run off with the neighbor who's just embezzled 10 grand from his company is about to go in jail, but you've decided that you're truly in love with him and you're going to elope. That kind of thing is very unlikely to happen because you're thinking long term. You're thinking passion, but also how's this going to affect me further down the road. Now, on the 14th of February, oh, and by the way, because it's an eclipse, it does last a long time, so that good decision-making ability will be with you for the next 6 months. On the 14th, we've got Mars and Pluto forming a square. And that square, a square is when two planets are 90 degrees apart, and that square lasts until the 1st of March, and it only happens once every 2 years. Okay, Mars is personal drive and power and ambition. Pluto is transformation, change, major upheaval. And when these two kind of big male energies come together, the threat level rises. Okay, so the threat level in all aspects of your life. If something bothers you, one, you'll see it as more of a threat, and two, your reaction will be more powerful than it usually would be. This is the last 2 weeks of February, okay? Remember, you've also got a lot of other stuff in Aries at the moment. You've got Mars and Venus there, plus Uranus. So you're really not going to take anyone else controlling you, trying to suppress you, trying to tell you what to do. Be very careful with that, because the threat level rising means that you could react strongly, could blow up a little bit, anger is in the atmosphere, all of those kind of things, there's potential for them. Also on the 14th of February through until the 9th of March, Mars and Uranus begin to conjunct each other. Again, two very masculine, forceful energies. Mars, drive, ambition. Uranus is rebellion, eccentricity, doing things your own way, not really caring what anyone else thinks. And again, it's in your sign of Aries, so you're particularly going to feel that. So these two kind of meld and mold their energies together. So really, you're kind of unstoppable. Start a new business. Do something that has always seemed impossible, because you're really Aries on steroids here in February. You're really, any obstacle, not only will you find it easy to overcome it and get through it, you will want to deliberately hit it in the middle and get it out of the world. You're really kind of aggressive in a way. So use that aggression to get things done. Anger is only good if it affects change. Aggression is good if it helps you to create something, if it helps you to build something. Now that energy is with you for the duration of February. Then we're moving towards the end of the month. On the 26th of February, Mercury goes into Pisces in your 12th house. And it happens during the new moon in Pisces solar eclipse as well. But first of all, Mercury in Pisces, you start to think more along the lines of self-sacrifice, spirituality, how you can help others. So that kind of slows things down a little bit. Not altogether. Remember, Venus and Uranus and Mars, they're still in Aries, they're still doing your thing. But Mercury makes you think more along the lines of on a more holistic kind of level. As I said, on the 26th also, we do have that new moon in Pisces solar eclipse. And this is happening on the south node. So first of all, the new moon is pulling energy in, Pisces energy in, so spirituality, my feelings, what's going on internally. And this solar eclipse is about letting go of difficult emotions. So you will find it, again, because it's an eclipse, 6 months influence, you'll find it easier to let go of things that haven't worked. So potentially you could really affect great things, but there's also the potential to really trample on other people and not be particularly remorseful. Because you've got all of this energy to create and to get obstacles out of your way. At the same time, you've got this ability to let go of difficult feelings. You know, I kind of set up this wonderful new business. It's thrived, but unfortunately the guy across the road who also had a coffee shop has now gone bust because of that. Oh, well, that's life. You know, that kind of flip, kind of, okay, I feel bad about it, but I'm letting it go. I'm not particularly caring. Kind of be aware of that and make sure that you deal with those feelings as they come up, because you will care again in future. So don't kind of create like, a trail of destruction behind you, because eventually you will have to tidy it up. So this month for you is about being positive, creating wonderful things, and using this amazing amount of energy to really achieve great things in the world. Looks like a fabulous month for you. If you would like a private reading with me based on your birth chart, which I can draw up using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth, and then we can have a look at how these transits impact you specifically as an Aries born on a particular day, get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. I will be with you for the daily tarot readings, the weekly horoscopes, and next month for this forecast for Aries. Have a great February, and I'll speak to you soon.